Welcome to Universally Speaking, ladies and gentlemen, the Survivor Series special where we are going to go through everything you can expect at the pay-per-view extravaganza. We begin with news that the Intercontinental Championship will in fact not be defended at the pay-per-view due to the extensive injuries to the current champion Walter. Of course, we saw Bobby Lashley take out both Ray Monroe and Walter in the same night. Also, in the crossfire, Lio Rush sustained a serious injury as well. We understand that EC3 will have news regarding the championship on the very first episode of SmackDown after the Survivor Series pay-per-view. So we're going to kick it off in high gear, ladies and gentlemen, with the pre-show. Make sure you catch it an hour before the main show goes live. It's going to be Matt Riddle versus Shelton Benjamin to kick it off. Riddle versus Benjamin was to be for the TV championship, but that is no more. It has been dissolved and now the stakes are even higher. The winner of this match will book themselves a spot on the main event of the return episode of NXT. And the same goes for Drew Gulak versus Pete Dunne. Those are the stakes. A shot at the North American Championship is on the line. Make sure you tune into the pre-show to catch it. The first match that is going to take place, though, ladies and gentlemen, is Rey Mysterio versus Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa, of course, was the man who tried to put Mysterio on the shelf a few months ago by delivering a devastating fairy tale ending on the exposed floor to Rey Mysterio. Ciampa has stated that he tried to do Mysterio a favor by sending him home and suggested that the legend should actually stay there. But in true Mysterio fashion, he wouldn't be held back by a little bit of adversity and returned to assault Ciampa and subsequently challenge Ciampa to a match. And here we are. These two have the potential to tear the house down, both figuratively and literally. Next up is one of the more unknown matchups of the night, given the combustible nature of one of the combatants. And that is, of course, Roman Reigns versus The Fiend. Reigns has been haunted by Wyatt and his alter ego in recent months. Reigns was seen as a bully by Wyatt and has since been taken over by the bizarre entity that he calls The Fiend. This will almost certainly not be a Matt classic by any means, but it certainly will be one of the most intriguing matches on the entire card. Question is can Reigns survive, or will The Fiend merely walk through him? There's only one way to find out. Next up is the Tag Team Championship match, and this match has taken quite the twist after recent development involving NXT. Instead of this being for the regular Tag Team Championships that we've been accustomed to, for the first time ever, the winner of this match will have the choice on which brand they represent as the champion. The Revival are one of, if not the best tag team in the world. They've been seriously threatened by the terrifying trio that call themselves Sanity. The chance to not only call yourself a tag team champion, but also the chance to assess your options and choose your brand makes this an integral match in the history of the division. Now, we move to another integral match on the show, and it of course is a wrestling purist dream when Andrade Cien Almas will take on Kyle O'Reilly for the United States Championship. Now, a big piece of breaking news about this match is that Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong are away on assignment for Survivor Series, rendering them incapable of intervening in this match. But Kyle O'Reilly himself has stated that even if his brothers in arms were in attendance, he wouldn't be interested in their help anyway. O'Reilly, who holds a pinfall victory over Seth Rollins, the former US champion, is in somewhat of a hot streak of form right now, and he could certainly be the one to usurp the champ and cause a major upset. We will have to wait and see. Now we move on to the big women's championship match, and much like the tag team titles, the power of choice will fall to the winner. Stephanie McMahon has made it very public that she doesn't want Shayna Baszler as the women's champion, and many months ago was urged by her father to make a certain phone call. Now, who was on the other end of the line? We don't know, but it has been months in the making, and at Survivor Series we get to find out just who Stephanie McMahon has hand chosen to be the one to take down the dominant Baszler. But the question remains, what brand will the winner choose? There is so much at stake, and so much worth fighting for in this one. The chaos rolls on though when Team Raw takes on Team SmackDown in an 8-man tag team elimination match. And the Survivor Series wouldn't be Survivor Series without the traditional match, and this is about as combustible as it gets. Team Raw, which consists of Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, Braun Strowman and the captain Samoa Joe, will go head-to-head against Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura, Velveteen Dream, and the captain, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. The winning team will then face off in a fatal 4-way match on their respected show, and the winner of that match earns the right to a World Championship match at the Royal Rumble. So even more stakes aside from the obvious brand bragging rights, and it's a proven method for success as the last person to come out of the Survivor Series and go on to the Royal Rumble was the jewel in the crown himself, Apollo Crews. And speaking of Crews, he's part of what is being dubbed the richest match in the history of professional wrestling when he heads up Team ESM to take on Team WWE in a match that is for literally all the marbles. Team WWE is comprised of 3 specially hand-picked opponents from the GMs of Raw and SmackDown, and even Vince McMahon himself, who has seen the problem of ESM, which he indeed greenlit himself, grow into far more of a danger than he ever envisaged. Daniel Bryan, Chad Gable and Apollo Crews will team up in a 6-man elimination tag team match against AJ Styles, Finn Balor and Brock Lesnar. And how it works is real simple. If Bryan is pinned or submitted, he loses his championship to whoever pins or submits him. And the same goes for Crews as well. But of course, Chad Gable didn't get away scot-free either. If Gable is pinned or submitted, the person who pins or submits him will get a guaranteed championship match in the future as well. So now you see why this is being called the richest match in pro wrestling history. Now the next and final match we're going to talk about is not about championships. It's not even about wins and losses. This match will be the final farewell to The Undertaker. The dead man has called time on his stellar career and has decided to hang up the boots, and to do it, he's decided to return to where it all started, to end it all. And his hand-picked opponent is Drew McIntyre. McIntyre had The Undertaker's name in his mouth after WrestleMania, and after The Undertaker's loss to Aleister Black at WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre continued to disrespect the name of The Undertaker. And well, The Undertaker didn't forget this. And once he had made the decision to walk off into the night and end his career, he decided that if he was going to go to hell, Drew McIntyre would be coming with him. And the stage is set. The Undertaker says goodbye, win, lose, or draw at Survivor Series. It's never been more important to have notifications on, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going live on YouTube every single episode of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and all of the pay-per-views, including takeovers, plus a ton of great ways you can support the channel and receive many benefits, including as signing up as a mid-carder or above on Patreon to get early access to every single video, including Survivor Series, which is up right now on Patreon. You can also join the Merce Elite right here on YouTube by clicking the join button to get access to special emotes, sub badges, and there is 2 tiers. You can join up as a rookie for access to strictly only the sub badges and the emotes, or you can join up as an established star to get emotes, sub badges, and access to our private Discord server. Plus, as always, the Teespring store is always there if you want to pick up a cool Murph's YT13 t-shirt or hoodie, and of course the ESM endorsed Elite t-shirts available all the time. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, for Murph's YT13, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.